Listen to this. He graduated with a first-class honor in business administration at Ajayi Crowther University, and he carried our first-class brain to South Africa. So, my dear brother, I have the pleasure, the honor, and the privilege of having you on my program tonight. We are live right now on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and YouTube.
That's great.
And we'll be posting the full video at the end of the session. So,
Awesome.
Well, I have read your biography, but could you kindly describe yourself and then take us on tour of your trajectory from birth? Slowly, don't be in a hurry. I like when you tell me about your primary school, what you enjoyed in your primary school, your secondary school. Did you live with your granny? Because the way you speak Yoruba means that Oma Agbainaki, okay? Oma Agba ló lè gbọ́ irú àwọn Yorùbá tó gbọ́n. Wọn Yorùbá pọ́nbélé sì ni kì í ṣe Yorùbá Èkó, kò ń ṣe Yorùbá Èkó, kò ń ṣe Yorùbá ajẹbọ́tà rárá. Yorùbá ajẹpákí ṣùgbọ́n ojú rẹ̀ jọ ojú ajẹbọ́tà. So ya ẹ sọ fún wa ń pa ẹ̀.
Kò jẹ bọ́tà rárá. Ìyá àwọn ó jẹ̀bẹ́pẹ́ ọmọ oko kì í sọ fún òkú rẹ̀. Ó jẹ̀bẹ́pẹ́ ọmọ oko kì í. Ọmọ oko pọ́nbélé ìbílẹ̀ làwọn eléyìí sà. All right, sir. The pleasure of being here is all mine, sir. And I would love to take the floor just like you have given me the honor. So should I proceed with English language or should I go into Yoruba? Pọ́nbélé, sir.
We shall find the two tonight. We will speak English only for the benefit of our non-English speakers, but we shall be speaking of Yoruba and they will have to forgive us.
No problem, sir. Okay. Ẹni pé kí n ṣe lóní ràbájì gan àti lóní rẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ fín wípé kí n má rọra ṣe lérè fè rárá. Nítorí rẹ̀ ni mo fi fẹ́ wọlé wípé gbogbo ojú tó ń wò wá pátápátá porongodo lálẹ́ òní mo kí yín káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Mo kí yín kú déédéé wòyí ẹ̀yin ènìyàn wa, ojú tẹ́ fi ń wò wá ò ní fọ́, etí yín ò ní dìdànù. Olóyè Dele Momodu ẹ káalẹ́, ẹ kú ìjókòó, ẹ kú kàlẹ̀, àgbà yín ó dalẹ̀, ẹ ní dàgbà àyà, ẹ ní fọjọ́ lọ́jọ́ lọ. Tọ́ Olóyè Dele Momodu ní pé kí n ṣe fáàrà ara mi, mo wá fẹ́ sì fáàrà dápàrá, kí n ṣe bí ẹni tí ń jẹ́rèké lójú fèrèsé, kí n ṣe wéréwéré, kí n ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ní kánmọ́ kébéléré fè. Èmi l'Agbainaki ọmọ wọn nílùú Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ bí wọ́n ti ń jẹ káwọn tó mú kọ́ yangan ìdílé Ọlálẹ́yẹ wọ́n bí mi sí. Èmi l'Ọlálékan Àjàó onímọ̀ta ẹ̀rẹ́dùn ọ̀ràn Àjàó tó ní bọ́lọ̀ dánitán bọ́lọ̀ ò dánitán gógó lára kẹni ebi ń pa ìlọ́kọ̀ àrélù. Ẹrú mọ́sá ọmọ àjọba ló lele tẹ̀tú òjọba lóhùn ẹlẹ̀. Èmi lọ́wọ́ àlọ́fà nítorí erin mi rà. Èmi l'Ọlálékan lele pààrà olóko dá sí olóko kí ọkọ̀ bọ̀ ẹ̀rú kọ́ rẹ̀ fàyà ó kì í jíga bọ̀ pé olóko wá. All right, for the benefit, because I said a lot, but I said in essence that my name is Olaleye Olalekan John from Ogbomoso, the town of the warriors, the town of Ṣọ̀ún Ogunlọlá Ajagungbadé III. I was praising myself. I said my pedigree. And, you know, as a Yoruba man, you have to be proud of your father's house. You cannot use your left hand to point at your father's house. So when I'm praising my father's house and my father and my lineage, I praise them with pride. That's why you see me beating my chest and so don't be scared. I was only trying to praise myself. Okay, so let's go on. I was born in Ogbomoso Baptist Hospital, to be precise, into the family of Olaleye, a family of 11 actually. My dad, of blessed memory, was a polygamist. He had all the fun with it. Yeah, God bless his soul. To Ayoka Memorial, nursery and primary school. That was my first primary school before I proceeded to Ogbomoso. And then I went to Unilorin, but I was expelled from Unilorin. Then I went to Ajayi Crowther University, where I did my business administration, my first degree, and I graduated with the first class. So yeah, ká mú padà sẹ́yìn nítorí wípé tá a bá fẹ́ fi ọ̀pá pọ̀lọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ó gbọ́pọ̀lọ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ á mọ̀ mú lẹ́sẹẹsẹ ni. Ìdílé Ọlálẹ́yẹ ni wọ́n bí mi sí nílùú Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ níbi wọ́n ti ń jẹ káwọn tó mú nǹkan yàngàn gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe máa ń sọ. Àwa 11 ni àwọn òbí wa bí. Ìyàwó 4 ni bàbá mi fẹ́ kó tó di pé ó jẹ́ Ọlọ́run nípè. Mo lọ sí Àyọ̀ká, mo tún lọ sí Àdìsá Blessed Memorial Nursery and Primary School, mo lọ sí Federal Government College Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, mo lọ sí Uni Ìlọrin níbi tí ìgbà ìmọ̀ tó ti mú mi ṣàṣemáṣe tí wọ́n fi lé mi kúrò nílé ìwé kó tó di wípé mo wá lọ sí Àjàyí Crowther University níbi tí mo ti parí tí mo kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ gboyè tí mo gba oyè nínú ẹ̀kọ́ káràkátà business administration. Nígbà ìwé mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ṣe kà nínú brief introduction mi ìfáàrà náà Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ náà bí mi sí. Mo gbé lọ́dọ̀ bàbá àti ìyá títí tí mo fi pé ọmọ ọdún 16. Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ ni mo ti lo ìgbésí ayé mi tó ti pọ̀ jù títí dìgbà ayé bí mo ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí torí ọdún 16 àkọ́kọ́ Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ ni mo ti dàgbà. Ìyá bàbá wa gbé pẹ̀lú wa títí di 1999 tí wọ́n jẹ́ Ọlọ́run nípè. Wọ́n á mọ̀ sọ Yorùbá púpọ̀. Bàbá mi wọ́n á mọ̀ sọ Yorùbá púpọ̀. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n gbáà ni wọ́n á mọ̀ pòwe púpọ̀. Wọ́n á sì mọ̀ sọ àwọn Yorùbá tó múnádóko tó dáńtọ́. Ìyá tó bí mi náà ó kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ Yorùbá ní ilé ìwé. A lè pé mo ní interest. Mo dẹ̀ máa ń béèrè ìbéèrè púpọ̀. Tí wọ́n bá pòwe kan lójú mi, kò sẹ́ni tó gbọ́ gbogbo òwe tán. Òwe tó fì sọ́dọ̀ yín kò fì sọ́dọ̀ mi. Bó ṣe nǹkan tó kángun sájà ní ò kángun sájà ní, àjà ní sunkún òtútù, ajá ní sunkún ooru ni. Torí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́, kò sẹ́ni tó mọ òwe tán. Tí mo bá wá gbọ́ òwe tuntun lẹ́nu ẹnì kankan, màá bi wọ́n pé ó dáa náà òwe tẹ́pá wọn. Kí ni ìtumọ̀ rẹ̀? Bó o ló jẹ́? Àbílẹ̀ tí mi ò bá rí àyè béèrè àbí láǹfààní àti béèrè, èmi gan ó wádìí. Mú àlà fún Olú. Àlà aṣọ funfun. Mú fún Olú. Mú aṣọ funfun fún Olú nù. Màá wá rò tá lólú èèyàn aṣọ funfun. Màá kó gbogbo ẹ̀ papọ̀. Oyè mi yéké nù. Torí ẹ̀ interest, ìfẹ́ sí èdè òun ló mú mi gbọ́ débi tí mo gbọ́ dé lónìí. Kí n tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ káàkiri, kí n tó máa yà sí bí yà sọ̀hún, ibo ni kí n tún kángun sísà?
Ó ní wípé mo fẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ kékeré primary school. Ẹ sọ fún wa ilé ìwé tẹ́ lọ ní kékeré. Báwo ni
Àdìsá Blessed Memorial Nursery and
ìwé yẹn tó ṣe wọ inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ yín, omi àti ẹ̀jẹ̀? Torí mo pé ẹni ṣan ẹ lágbára, ẹni máa pẹ̀gàn àjàkùnkú lálóhùn rí kíní kan fìrí tábàárẹ̀
Àdìsá Blessed Memorial Nursery and Primary School ni mo lọ. Mo lè rántí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ bí mo ṣe lérò pé mo kéré tó ń gbà náà. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ náà òyìnbó kọ́ ni mo fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ilé ayé mi. Mi ò kọ́ òyìnbó títí mo fi dé ilé ìwé. Yorùbá ni wọ́n máa ń sọ sí wa nílé. Ládùúgbò láàrin ọ̀rẹ́ ojúlùmọ̀ Yorùbá náà ni gbogbo wa máa ń sọ. So ìgbà tí mo dé Àdìsá, èmi àti ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan Ọlálẹ́yẹ Sanjọ́, òun lájọ máa ń wà ní class kan náà gbà yẹn. Yorùbá vernacular ni. Ẹni tó bá ti sọ Yorùbá torí ẹ̀ a máa ń wà first àti sọ òyìnbó. Oúnjẹ alẹ́ mi ni mo fi máa ń kọ́ òyìnbó lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan. Àwọn òyìnbó tátàtà tóun náà gbọ́ díẹ̀díẹ̀ torí pé tí mo bá dé school àwọn èèyàn máa sọ òyìnbó. Mo mọ̀wé, mo jẹ́ ẹni tó jáfáfá láti kékeré. Mo ṣẹnu ṣámúṣámú torí pé mo fẹ́ já ṣàmù lọ́jọ́ iwájú. Ṣùgbọ́n òyìnbó jẹ́ weak point mi nígbà yẹn. Torí ẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá ti ń sọ òyìnbó máa ń dàbí pé mo fẹ́ máa feel a little inferior. Mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kọ́ òyìnbó díẹ̀díẹ̀. Torí ẹ̀ ìwọ̀nba tí mo lè sọ, màá máa sọ láàrin wọn. Ilé ìwé mi bó tún ṣe affect my presence again. A lot of funny things happened back then, in primary school that, it always stays in the memory. There was one of my teachers called Uncle Sheung. I've said this story on my page before. we've been rehearsing for the end of the year drama. So during the rehearsals, I was always acting Jesus because we were preparing for Christmas, drama. I was always acting Jesus. I was always acting Jesus Christ. So now 2 or 3 days to the drama itself, to the day, 2 or 3 days to the day when the events will take place. Then he switched me for another person. Then he made another person to act Jesus, and Jesus was the main character. Do you understand? And now he made me an angel. So I had to cover my face in the drama. And I've already made mouth for everybody in my house that I'll be acting Jesus this year. I'm the main character. Everybody in the area knew back then that Lekan yóò ṣe Jésù lọ́jọ́ eré ìparí ọdún. Uncle Seun wá lọ change me. Uncle Seun lọ sọ mí di áńgẹ́lì. Wọ́n fi ẹlòmíì ṣe Jésù. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn mi ò gbàgbé títí mo fi dàgbà. Ó wá ṣe ọjọ́ yẹn wá lélẹ́yìí. So ìgbà tí wọ́n ti change mi ò lè lọ sọ fáwọn ará àdúgbò mọ̀ pé wọ́n fi mí ṣe Jésù mọ́ èmi ni mo máa ṣe oúnjẹ Gabriel. So in case tẹ́ bá rẹ́ nìkan tó fẹ́ ga ju gbogbo àwọn angel yòókù lọ tó bo orí tó ń ṣe báyìí pé Joseph èmi nìyẹn o kò sí bí mo ṣe fẹ́ explain fún gbogbo wọn mo ṣáà lọ́kọ̀. So ó dọjọ́ eré ìparí ọdún gbogbo àwọn ará àdúgbò wa náà àwọn náà àwọn ará kí wọ́n fi ọwọ́ ta gbogbo wọn náà péjú síbẹ̀ pé Lẹ́kan fẹ́ ṣe Jésù lónìí bí mo ṣe disappoint àwọn ará àdúgbò nìyẹn sà bí wọn ṣe rí mi níbi Jésù nìyẹn. So kò sẹ́ni tó rí mi pé èmi ni mo ṣe angel mi ò tí ì dáríjọ kú ṣe for a long time but mo padà dáríjì wọn ìgbà táwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ mi gbé tó èèyàn máa gbàgbé. So my primary school was very awesome. I had fun. I was raised as a proper Yoruba boy. Another experience, back then was the Boda Ojo experience. We used to go and rent bicycle after school hours or during break time, because we were the Ajepakis that, our parents didn't buy bicycle for. And, where we can get access to it is where we can rent it. So that was a lot of Boda Ojo that rent it. If you are late for 1 second, Boda Ojo will seize your slippers. And that's trouble. It means trouble when you get home because he will explain where your slippers disappeared to during school hour. So you have to, summon the courage to go and beg Boda Ojo. When you beg Boda Ojo, you know that you are begging to be beaten. You understand? But in the long run, I realized that Boda Ojo was trying to, get us time cautious. It affected us at large. I don't know for any other person, but for me, it really had an impact in my life that I'm usually on time. Before you got online tonight, I've been checking like 5 minutes to see that. And I really appreciate Boda Ojo. So yeah, my primary school education was, memorable in Ogbomoso. I loved and enjoyed everything. Ogbomoso ni kòkò dúdú mi. Èmi ẹ̀kọ́ funfun ti jáde ńbẹ̀ mo wá ń padà bọ̀ máa wá fọ ìkòkò dúdú yẹn tó náà fi máa funfun máa kùn lọ́dà tó fi máa jọjú gbèsè gbáà. Yeah, that's my primary school. Secondary school, ṣé kí n continue sir?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ Federal Government College Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Ọmọ Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ mo lọ gétọ̀ mi tó sharp dáadáa. Mo gbogbo ṣe mo talking bí ọmọ Ọlọ́run everything. Àwọn ará Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ tá a jọ máa ń ṣe local champion ara wa náà lájọ wà ní primary school lókì náà. But tí mo ṣe wọ Federal Government College Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, government colleges are people from different states, from different part of the country always come, to the boarding house, for secondary school education. So yeah, Federal Government College Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Ọjọ́ tí mo kọ́kọ́ dé class, mo kàn ṣe èdè lọ kùlà ń dé mi èdè Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Àwébò ní nǹkan ṣé mass teacher ń bọ̀. You get, I was just speaking my local dialect, and I realized they were laughing at me. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ìgbà tí mo máa wojú àwọn ọmọ Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ tán wà ní class náà ẹ back me up ṣé mo ń go wrong ní ṣe dédé ìlú wa mò ń sọ kò sí anybody tó bá gbogbo wọn lock up because they've already been in the system. They've been intimidated by the two Yoruba from Lagos, and they are now trying to want to be like them. Do you understand? So, I felt so inferior. I felt bad. I was a day student. I went back home. I was like, okay, daddy, mo kàn sọ̀rọ̀ èmi ń sọ̀rọ̀ kíláàsì nífa wọ́n sì bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fi mí ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ ìmọ̀ tí ń pa wọ́n lẹ́nu. So my dad knew what was going on, but he smiled. But he just told me that, do you think you are speaking the right thing? I said, of course, I'm not. I'm speaking Yoruba. What is there? What is there for them to understand? What is funny to them? Do you understand? And then he was like, don't worry, keep speaking what you know, what you understand how to speak. Don't try to speak any other thing. Do you understand? Speak what you know how to speak. So the next day, I got back to school. I kept speaking my Yoruba, but then I started learning English, and I was getting better at English language. I could communicate. So, gradually, I had a bully back then. Me cool. I'm bullying me, my long. Me cool. Okay. All right, what's the problem? So, yeah. One day that I was speaking Yoruba. The teacher asked me a question, and I spoke Yoruba. I was tagged speaking vernacular, and what I said was funny to everybody. They laughed at me. I felt bad. I think the class captain made me pay for vernacular or something or whatever, or maybe I got beaten. I felt so bad. So later, I called all of them that, Ewo, I don't come over there. Ẹkùlẹ́kù bí ṣe máa ṣe lè mìíràn tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ gbà ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ gbà ẹ wò ẹ fi mí lẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ mọ bá tẹ̀ kí ló dé mọ fi mí ṣe ẹ̀yẹ káàkiri àdúgbò. They all started laughing again. I wanted to start feeling bad, but they were just like, they admired my courage. They were like, oh wow, like, okay, this guy. So now they made me their friend. Among all the Ogbomoso boys, I was the friend to the Lagos boys. And then, gradually, I started checking out, okay, how they dress. What do they actually know that I don't? I mean, what is it that is special about this, their Yoruba, that they think is special? So I began to listen to them, and I realized that their Yoruba is actually, is shallow, it's straightforward and empty, no offense, it's not as deep as what I speak. And, I realized that, I'm speaking the original. And eventually, they loved me like that. And since that day, till this day, until the day that I close my eyes forever in the future, in the far future, I would be proud to speak Yoruba language anywhere, anyhow, no matter who I'm speaking to. As long as we're communicating, I'm proud to speak my own mother.
Mo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní fáfitì àkọ́kọ́.
Mo mọ̀ kẹ́ máa ní interest nínú ẹ̀ sà. Mo lọ sí Ifáfitì Uni Ìlọrin. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, Ifáfitì Uni Ìlọrin. Mo kọ́kọ́ ṣe remedial ìgbà yẹn. Àwa náà ti ń ṣe guy. Like I said, it was youthful exuberant. And, that was my first fall in life. I made my mistakes. I realized them. But the story is always very touching. I hope I'm able to complete it without cutting the onions tonight.
I don't worry. Cut the onions, feel free. I cut the onions all the time. It doesn't matter. If I could help you, were you a cult boy in school? Let's be frank.
I was never a cult boy. I know that's what everybody would actually think when I said it was youthful exuberant. I was never a cult boy. Whatever I've ever been in life, I'm always proud of it, and I always own up to my mistakes, no matter what it is. I was a club boy. I'm sure you know what a club boy is, But when I get there, you will understand better. So I was in Unilorin Remedia. I was don't let me say I was. I am. I'm a Hombres boy. Because Hombres, once Hombres forever. Hombres was the name of my social club, and everything was normal in the school system until we had a new VC. That was it a professor back then? I'm not certain.
What were you
studying?
Dr.
Olaleye.
What were you studying then?
I was studying linguistics in Unilorin.
Okay, in Unilorin.
Yes, okay. And I was actually like the second best student in the class. I don't used to attend class. I just go for tests and exams back then. Like I said, youthful exuberance. So yeah, I think Dr. or Professor Olalekan, no offenses. I think, back then, it became the new VC. It was a very conk Muslim who does not really believe in social activities. Do you understand? So immediately he got to school, the things that used to be normal became abnormal. It brought up dress codes. It brought up, I think, times, hours where you can be at certain places. I think curfew too. It brought up different obnoxious laws. Do you understand? That everybody was not cool about, but, well, it is what it is. As students, everybody will still have their own opinion about it. So, the one that affected us as club boys was that he said there will be no more social activities on campus, and anybody that is doing parties and everything, they should scrap it. We were all about parties and doing fine boy around school, you understand? So yeah, we were like, come on, this man cannot just come and just scrap everything like that. This thing has been there. My club was founded 1988, and it was founded, and the school authority knows about it. They knew about all the social clubs. But what happened back then was that as time passed by, people stopped renewing the registration of their clubs with the student union. With the student, the board of students. Anyway, the Department of Student Affairs in school, you understand? You are supposed to keep renewing the registration of your club every year. And then you are supposed to have a grand patron who is like a lecturer that will be seeing to the activities of your club so that they can be sure that you are not carrying out anything illegal or occultic. Do you understand, sir? So as time passed, people forgot to renew the renewal of their club registrations. You understand, sir? So it's been like maybe like 6-7 years before anybody even before I got to the club, they've not renewed with the school, and activities were going on just like that. So when this VC said there was no more parties, no more social activities, that was around the time I was supposed to become the chief of the club. Do you understand? And we were supposed to have a party. So we were like, okay, now because of VC, we are not going to have a party. Okay, we'll do the party on a low key. We are not going to make too much noise. We'll get our place. We'll get everybody we need to get out of the school before the curfew hour so that we don't get in trouble. So yeah, we planned everything. It worked out. But, when we went to the ladies' hostel, around that time, the security alerted school authority. The school authority called, I think, SS office in US then. So they didn't tell them they were club boys. They said they were cultists. Go and arrest them. So those ones came emergency. I was there present. There were other 9 cars that was there. I was behind one wheel. You understand? And then when they got there, they were picking everybody. I don't know what happened. I pressed the car seats to the back. I lay down and, I was not taken away from that scene, but they took everybody else away. So I drove to the venue. After they left, I drove to the venue of the party to tell everybody what has happened. And then we thought it was usually, the normal way police just want to come and, arrive. So, yeah, we were looking. And when we got there, they said, okay, this is actually what happened. They've been alerted by the school authority that, there were cultists that were doing something. They want to initiate new members or something, this, that. There was nothing like that. So when we got there to get other people out, they pointed at, yes, I'm a hombre's boy. We are not cultists. This is it, this is it, this is that, this is that. So they interrogated all of us, but we couldn't leave that night. They released some people not part of, that were not club members. Go, but they kept us there. That they have to take us to the school the next day to show the school authority that these were the people they picked up. So they interrogated us and they were satisfied. They certified that we were not cultists and they saw everything that, we did. So the next day, they took us to school. When we got to school, around that time, we thought that the VC traveled to Mecca. Meanwhile, it did not travel to Mecca. So when we got to school, immediately they set up a panel. They didn't even wait for it, The VC said they should set up a panel immediately. They started taking our pictures. We got straight up into the panel. The VC seat was empty. Among the members of the panel were fathers of children that was among us who were facing the panel. Do you understand? And they couldn't do anything because the VC then, it was just about no social amenity and whatever I say is final, yeah. And on that spot, it gave them the instruction that they should expel us. What was the allegation? It was no more cultism. Now the allegation is about the fact that gross misconduct, that we have not renewed our registration with the school authority for a long time. We have not provided our grand patron, which means probably we are engaging in something dodgy, which was not correct. Do you understand? on the spot. We were not given chances to defend that. Even lecturers that were there had children among us, so they were all, they didn't want to do anything to offend the VC, this, that. Anyway, on the spot, that was how I was expelled. That was how, we were all expelled, 12 of us. And then the next day, the school authority published inside the newspaper, I can't remember, I have a copy upstairs anyway, that University of Ilorin rusticated 12 cultists. Wow. So all the parents gathered together and we sued the school authority. So, we were going for that, doing that. And, later after that, we won the case and they retracted the message that they apologized, that it's not cultism, and they wrote the, allegation and base. Anyway, to cut the long story short, I ran away because I know I have failed. I know I have failed people. Around that time, I didn't have a father anymore because my father passed 2005. So yeah, I ran away. My mother lived in Ogbomoso. My brothers were all around, and I've always been close to brothers. You get it, but at this time, from Ilorin, when I got to Ibadan, I went to a friend's house. My friend Yinka Olajuwon Handsome, yeah. His mother, his family, they all accommodated me. I told Yinka the story. I couldn't tell his mom the story. Do you understand? So around the time they expelled us was December 21. My mom started getting worried. She was calling my number. I didn't pick up. That was very unlike me. She told my brother, she told everybody that she's worried, what is going on, that I've not been picking her call, I didn't pick it. I didn't know what to tell her. I felt like maybe somebody told her now she wants to say something, They felt disappointed, but they understood my story. They knew that, the VC just wanted to, to show himself and then prove that, he's God's scapegoat. So, yeah, I told my brothers, and my brother told me, okay, the way forward is not to run away. Mommy is worried about you. If you don't go home, that is how she's going to find out. And I'm the last child. She's, the connection is there. I was just like, okay, no problem. I will go home. So they told me, when you get home, just act normal, like nothing happened, everything is going to be fine. My brother that was like a father figure back then. You understand? He was away. He was in Port Harcourt. Don't worry, go home. When I come, we will come and we will know how to tell mommy about it, and we will find a way forward. Either you travel out of the one excuse, and then I was living fine. I did, Christmas. On New Year's Day, we always go to church. First Baptist Church, Okelerin, Ogbomoso. So I didn't go to church that day. My mommy was in church, and then there was a friend of mine, like a family friend, that was also in Unilorin. His name is Femi. His mom knew what happened, and inside the church, right there, she told my mom that gbọ́ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Lékan ni, My mom was like, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Lékan? Lékan wà nílé. Do you understand? And then she was like, auntie, Lékan school. My mommy fell flat on her back and fainted, on the spot that day, according to, the people that brought her home. So yeah, there was a deaconess in our church too, was a professor in Unilorin back then. She does not know how to come and tell my mom about it. She knows about it, but this woman went ahead and told my mom inside the church on New Year's Day. Wow. First. God forgive her. I've forgiven her a long time ago. So my mom fainted, and then they had to rush her, they brought her home. When they got home, I was sitting in the parlor, and then, she was like, Olalekan kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. That fucked up. So yeah. I knew my bubble's been busted. The woman also came home with them. My brother was not back then. They had to, they had to reschedule and come back home the next day so that they can come and talk to mommy. All right, sir. All right. It's better now. Okay. So,
Okay.
The professor also came home with my mom. Professor, I think she was Dr. or Professor Jeka Ifa back then. Yeah, God bless that woman. So she came home. She was the one that was trying to explain to my mom that this is what happened. Your son is not a cultist, because the woman that told my mom in church, the woman that was trying to explain to my mother that no, your son is not a cultist. This is what happened. This. She tried to narrate the story, but my mom was so heartbroken and disappointed, shattered. For no matter reason, I was expelled from school. So I felt the pain of her sadness. I cried. I was deeply sad. I went to bed. But the next morning, she came to me and told me that I've not failed her, I've only fallen to be able to rise again and fulfill God's destiny. So I picked it up. We prayed together. We did a whole lot of things together. Around that time of my life was fun because I learned how to cook a whole lot of meal, We were always in the kitchen together. That was the time I bonded with my mom the most. God bless her soul, because she also passed in 2013. And September 17, 2 days from now, is going to make it 7 years that she passed away. Àmín.
Wọn ní jọkùn, wọn ní jẹkùló, ohun tán bá ń yẹ láti ọkùn ni wọ́n mọ̀ bá jẹ.
Àmín, àṣẹ. So, what's the way forward? Yeah, all my brothers, all my family, all my sisters, everybody stood by me. Everybody, I can't thank them enough. I don't wish for another family if I could come back to this life. I appreciate every one of them. I love them so much. They know. They already know that. So yeah, they stood by me. What's the way forward? Ajayi Crowther University was in Oyo town. It was close by. It was a private university. Although the money wasn't available, I don't want to sugarcoat anything, but what happened. I went into Ajayi Crowther University. All my life, I've always wanted to study accountancy or business administration, so that I can be free. But at that point, I went back to what I actually wanted to study. So I applied for business administration in Ajayi Crowther. I was accepted. And then on the day I resumed the school, I told myself I want to come out with a first class. I've always been a brilliant boy. In secondary school, I was always first position all through. The only time I came second in my primary school, I intentionally came second because there was one boy that used to come second and his parents used to beat him. So I felt for him, like, why would they beat him because he comes second? Okay, let him come first so his parents can be happy too, My brothers know this story. When I got home, I told them, why did you come second this time? This was what happened. So I missed some intentionally. Anyway, back then, that's that. So I thought to myself, I want to come out from here with a first class in business administration. And I told myself to come out with a first class, it begins from the first class. So I attended the first class with 7 notes, and I never missed the class until I graduated from Ajayi Crowther. I never missed it. If I missed the class, I was sick. Or I went to party. Yeah. Because I was still always living life. When I'm in school, I was focused on what I had to do, and I was still enjoying life. So first session, I was able to get on 4.6, which was above first class. So they did the departmental award. I was named the male best student. There was one girl, that one is a witch, Yeah, I've forgotten her name. She's always calling everything. So yeah, she was a better student.
5.7.
Yeah, but first class is first class. She was first class, I was first class. So she was the female best student, I was the male best student. Then I thought to myself, yes, I can do it. And I focused. At the end of the day, shout out to all my lecturers, shout out to everybody that was there for me, all my class reps, all my friends back in Agbainaki, because everybody made an impact. Trust me, you all were never a mistake. And I cherish every single time that I spent with every single one of you. And I want y'all to know, you still got me anytime. So yeah, I had a great time in Agbainaki. I was never anything that will warrant trouble. I stay far from it. Anything that smells like trouble, I became a man. My mother was already battling cancer. And, she was always sick. She was always in Ibadan. I always travel to go and see her in hospital when she take her chemotherapy. When they're passing through Oyo, they try to check on me. I always do my best to go see her the best I can, So 2013, I was called for youth service. And, sick to come. Because she was excited that I came out with the first class. I made her proud. Let me just go there. I got there. I got my award. I got everything I needed to get. I went back to youth service. And then for my passing out from youth service, able to make her happy again. Even though I feel like I disappointed her with my fall.
Olalekan, let me tell you, you are not alone in that journey. Mine wasn't expulsion. Mine was failure. I did my first WASC in 1976, and I flunked badly. F9 mathematics, F9 chemistry, F9 biology. And my mom had struggled because I lost my father when I was 13. And my mom had struggled to send me to school and get a good job, at least as a teacher, CSS bookshops in Ile-Ife. But here I was with a poor grade 3. And my mom, being an illiterate, didn't know the meaning of grade 3. So she decided to take me to an uncle of mine. And when we got to this uncle, he requested from said, "Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi," that's like he said, "Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, irú ọmọ onídọ́ta ilẹ̀ ń tẹ̀lé ìdánwò tó ṣe ni." Màá mi ní sọmọ pé kúrúǹtù lèmi ń mọ nǹkan kan. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, ọmọ yìí ẹjẹ́ òrè kọ́ táìpìn. Bóyá yóò rí nǹkan kan fi jẹun. Eléyìí ò lè lọ iléèwé mọ́ ẹjẹ́ òrè kọ́ táìpìn ni màmá mi bá bú sẹ́kún. Ayọ̀bámidélé Àjàní, sọ fún mi pé báwọn mi. So I can imagine how you, even talking about it now, I feel like crying. The worst thing you can do to disappoint a mother. So when we left the place, my mom said something that has been with me forever, no matter what happens. Wọ́n ní kì í burú kó má kọ ẹni tí ó kù láàmú.
Ẹni tí ó kù láàmú.
See you today, they don't know your journey. They don't know your story. Every time I read people who think I dropped from heaven and immediately things started, it is not true. So that's your story. I was a village chicken to be able to get to that village because the roads were not motorable. So, but let me tell you something.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, orí ẹni là péré, orí ẹni là pé sìn.
Àyànmọ́ ni orí là orí là bá
àbá fòrìṣà sílẹ̀ orí là bá máa bọ̀. Ògùn ẹni a máa gbé ni lọ́jọ́ kan ìpọ́njú, orí ẹni ní.
Interview today.
I'm honored, sir.
Ẹni gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ bó bá ṣe wá ní tó gbà.
Mo gbà bẹ́ẹ̀, mo ti gbà. Mo ti gbà. Ọpẹ́ ló já sí.
Sẹ́yìn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run, ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ orí.
Adúpẹ́. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for those words of encouragement. It really, gave me a lot of drive again. God bless you. Thank you so much, sir. Ká má fọ̀ pọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ náà tẹ́lẹ̀. Mommy, I lost a part of me died. You understand? But the next day, she came to my dream. No illusion, no nothing. I believe in my instinct, and there's a word in my head that speaks to me all the time. I don't saw her in my dream. And she was smiling. I was sad, and she was smiling. I was not understanding what's funny. Like, how can you leave and you think it's fine? It's not fine. We are not fine. And then she told me, it is fine. I'm your angel now. And since that day, I realized that I lost human, but I gained an angel. And she's never stopped looking down on me, some good words. And when she's leaving, she says a proper goodbye. Try it. Connect with your past parents. You will definitely feel good. Feel good again. I feel energetic. And ever since I've known the fact that I have an angel now, I've no sadness. Because if you are sad now, and it takes about 30-something muscles to frown, only 4 to smile. Why not just choose to smile and, forget about frowning? Whatever the situation may be, it will get better tomorrow. Tougher times have passed. So,
Olalekan,
sir?
you and I seem to have some connection. Before my own mom passed away, I knew her days were numbered. And I came home from England, and I was lying down in bed. I have the picture. The last born and the only child of my mom for my dad. And so she used to call me. So I was like her husband. And I was lying down and stroking her hair gently. I started crying because I knew she was going away. It was just a Dele Ajani. It was, and trust me, I've gone through trials, through tribulations, detention, exile, starting from point zero. You can imagine, I was the highest paid editor at the time. I went from that, I became a bread seller. I never gave up. I have a friend, Adewale Adeyemo. He lives in America. He's a lawyer in America. A new road is about to happen to open. When people gang up and say, "Oh no, something new is about to happen." Highly philosophical. They are like the Greeks. They are like the Greeks today. They are philosophers. There is nothing you want that you will not find in the Yoruba culture, in the tradition, language, in the literature.
There's nothing happening right now that does not have one òwe that suits it. There's nothing. Òwe lẹ́ṣin ọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n sì ti pa àwọn òwe yẹn sílẹ̀ ọjọ́ tó ti pẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ àgbà tí ó sì ṣẹ lówùúrọ̀, ó ti ń ṣẹ lọ́jọ́ alẹ́.
Ó pẹ́ títí à ṣẹ lọ́jọ́ alẹ́.
Yes. Oh, well.
Okay, so after you now graduated, what was your next move?
Okay, my friend Tayo Faniran was a model in South Africa. He's always been a friend. Back then, we knew each other. We were great friends. And he was already here. So around the time when my mommy was falling sick, around the time when she died even, he came to Nigeria. And we were living together in Yaba, in Lagos. Do you understand? So we were staying together in Commercial Avenue or something. Yes. So he was there. So, around that time, he felt my pain first hand. And he, along the line, he just was like, okay, do you think you should come to South Africa for a while to come and clear your head, at least change environment for a while? I can see the sadness in your heart, this, that. A great friend, an awesome friend. So, yeah, I was like, of course, why not? He's a friend I trust. I believe, he always won the best for me, you understand? So, yeah, I was like, no problem. We did the visa, got the ticket, everything. And we buried my mom on the, I think, 20-something of 20-something of September or October. Anyway, it was after 2 days after burying my mom that I traveled to South Africa. 2 days after I traveled, I left every year. I was enjoying it. Oh, yeah, I can live here. Why not? This is an enabling environment. I always love entertainment. You love entertainment. We can, have a synergy to bring out something. So we thought of a fashion line, and then we brought a tailor a fashion design. So when it got here, we bought the machines. You know, there was a partner of us back then too, Victor. Yeah, we bought the machines. Then, you know, with Tayo's connection and the few people he knows from the modeling industry and being a sociable person in Johannesburg, we started selling. So we measure people, we do the couture, we measure when they see the design, they ask. We started making money gradually. And then Tayo had an ambition to go to Big Brother Africa. So yeah, he knows the ambition. He came to Nigeria to audition and he got into Big Brother Africa. So yeah, he did very well. He did us proud. He did awesome. He was the first runner up. He was supposed to win, actually. Yes, they loved him. Yeah. So yeah, he was supposed to win. He's my winner anyway. And then after that, everybody was like, yeah, your market is in Nigeria. You have to relocate to Nigeria. That's for Tayo, my friend. And remember, that's my partner. We were together. One of the reasons I came here in the first place was because of him. So yeah, when he relocated to Nigeria, I was in Nigeria. When we got to Nigeria, he was always doing his own thing. And, you know, I was his manager. We were doing things. And then we thought, okay, yeah, we love music. We want to do this, that. You know how to sing. We can start a record label. So we start Kingkong Records. We started a record label. Yeah. So it was Kingkong Records. And then he was the artist and we are the co-owners. Because, you know, when we want to shoot music video, when we want to do this, we have easy access to location, you know, the technical know-how and every other thing. So, yeah, we decided we move back here. But long story short, music was doing well. We were doing good. And then I was always promoting his songs because I have passion for this music so much. I'm the one that is always in the forefront. When he drops a song, he will catch me online. I can start making jokes, but I always do everything I do in Yoruba language. So you know, after saying all that, I'll just say, all right, don't forget to go and download Kokoma by Tayo Faniran. Go to iTunes, it's available, this, that. So yeah, then people started liking what I do, like, yeah, this thing is nice, it's unique, it's this, that. I didn't take it seriously. I was all about my business, promoting the music and putting it out there. Always doing the promotion. So it got to a point, things were not really working. Things were a little bit, you know, it was getting tiring, you know. Then I was sad that morning and I was going to church. Then I thought, what's the way forward? And then a lot of words were playing in my head. Like I say, there's always a voice speaking to me in my head, and I always listen to it. So that voice was just telling me that, dear Olomokunrin Oto, ki lo n ṣe? Ṣé ìwọ tó give up lánàá ló fẹ́ give up lady? Now give up, fuck up now. And your face says, kò sí yọnu. And then as the thing was speaking to me in my head, I told my friend, Melvin, to please, you know, we're living together back then, to please record me. And then, you know, he took his phone, he started recording me. And then I was like, Igba oye lo bi orere o, aye o to lo bi opa abon, de olomokunrin oto, wa kunrin ese, awo ni ko jale asi ni ko gbebon, ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tó bá mọ̀ ṣe, tẹpá mọ́ kó fiṣan sí ọ̀bẹ tí, ojú wa lalákàn fi ń ṣọ́rí o, etí ọba nílé, etí ọba lóko,